Uh, oh my God, guys. Literally. I had to come on today. You'll have to excuse me. I'm not at all well. uh, yeah, that chicken broth. Remember, never gonna do it again. I just, ugh. It's my bad. I ended up sort of drinking that chicken broth lukewarm, and oh my God, guys, you really shouldn't do that. So I have had food poisoning, and I had to come on here, guys, because it is getting intense out there. Are you feeling it, guys? Are you? Seriously? You know, because guys, when we talk about the Scorpio mansion, yeah, and when we talk about the Scorpio new moon, okay, you know exactly what we're talking about, don't you? The dark controllers, right? God, now you're really seeing me in my rawness. But listen, lucky for you, I remembered, didn't I, that the medicine, when vaped, it's just incredible, guys. It is just incredible. Just lifts you out of nausea. I can't believe it. And like, I've literally just had that. And now I'm actually feeling fine for the first time in like 3-4 days. Oh my God, guys, I just literally, it's been a slow progress. And actually today I felt the worst. Last night I actually puked, vomited, and that was with nothing in my stomach. So it was just like a little bit of water. I mean, it felt like more than that, honestly. But when I actually looked, it was clear. There was nothing there. So, and then this morning, I went and fucking stubbed my baby toe. I mean, God. I just don't even know if this is recording. Guys. Sorry about it, guys. I really, really am. But, you know, there was this other guy. He commented, guys. So I felt I just wanted him to know that my last offering, I hadn't seen your comment, guy. Okay, and I mean, he calls himself something like Biden, something or other. Like, why would you do that? Okay, don't give any power to those demons. And I'm serious. Okay. And oh yeah, and you know, I wanted to say something. It's like about that kind of, you know, I mean, there is a guy who does kind of, I can't remember what it's called now, but you know, like when you're touching your nose, or you're touching your face, or you're doing this or that. The thing is that actually only works when a person isn't authentic. Okay, I don't mean being in their authenticity. I mean, if they aren't an authentic person, okay, because you can't be both, right? And so if you have a tendency just to lie about things, you know, particularly like if you're like taken to court or whatever, then yes, you probably would do that when you're lying and things like that. But when you're authentic, sometimes you just have an itch on your nose. Okay. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, the Biden invasion guy. Okay, I don't actually know what you were talking about, okay, because I don't actually pay hardly any attention to politics, and I don't think we're meant to. You give it power, okay? It is the number one distraction, okay? Oh, I know you want to know what the heck is going on, okay? And that it's okay just to kind of dip in and out, okay? And you know, I do, and now that's why I'm watching kind of RB's sort of channel. Like I just watch once or twice a week just to see what's actually going on. And I find that I don't know. I mean, I find it very difficult. I mean, I find it very boring, number one, and so I don't normally watch more than 5 or 10 minutes. And I also am a bit worried because, I mean, I know some. Okay, if you're able, right? Okay, guys, if you are able to stay sovereign, okay, do the work, okay, as well as watch the news and get involved, and you're able to do it with zero fear, okay, guy. But this guy, trust me, he's terrified, okay? So their terrorism, right, is working, okay? And it's only working for one goddamn reason, and it's because you're scared, okay? If you weren't scared, if you didn't give two shits, if you didn't believe a word that they said, because most of it's a load of bullshit anyway, okay? Thank you, Gaia, for that beautiful medicine. Oh my God, it's just incredible. When you don't feel well, okay, guys, this is why I haven't done it yet, guys. This is why I haven't done it yet, because the last thing you want to do, really, is start, you know, puffing on a chillum, right? And actually, then did I tell you that I stubbed my toe? And so that's how I can tell, guys. That's how I can tell. They're magic. Okay, right. So I've said, haven't I? And this is what I wanted to kind of come on here to say. I've told you that their magic is very weak, okay? But, and it is, okay, in some ways. But we're in Scorpio season, okay? We're in the Scorpio mansion, right? And this is their house, right? Okay, this is their placement, okay? Where they feel most at home. And the thing is, right, they've been saving up their resources for this moment, okay? And it's happening on the full new moon. It's not the full moon, it's the new moon. It's the dark moon, okay? So that means it's bringing out the shadows, right? Guys, and it is going, they are going to be throwing as much fear and as much terror, okay, because they are the terrorists, right? And that's what they do. That's what terrorism is, okay? It's inciting fear, right? Generally, well, and I don't even know, guys. I literally don't, okay? I don't know, and I'm not going to pretend to know. So I don't know if as many people are dying as they say are dying, okay? I just don't know, right? So I'm not going to pretend to know. Why don't you stop pretending to know, okay? And winding yourself up with it, right? I don't know what Democrat A and Democrat B even means. Who's Democrat A and who's Democrat B? I thought the election was in 2024, so what the fuck are you talking about, guy? Why are you so goddamn scared? Now, I've told you, but you don't believe me. Just bind. It's pure magic, okay? It isn't real. What? Okay, I've told you I don't believe in the simulacrum, right? The simulation, right? But that's what that is. The world is a simulation. It isn't real. And I tell you what, this illness has done for me. It's got me right off the fucking devices. I'm not interested. May even go fucking breatharian with it because the idea of eating any food is just like, ugh. When it's just moving straight through anyway. And I don't even need food for whatever. So do you get me, Guy? Do you read me? Okay. Just keep healing yourself. They are the shadow aspect in you. And trust me, it's deep and it's dark. And actually, that's what I was going to say, guys. That's what and I may as well come on here to say it today while I'm not actually feeling well. Okay. And damn, I mean, there was a storm last night. I mean, well, I mean, God, I mean, I sort of fell asleep about 8 and I thought, God, shall I just go to bed? But I thought I'd better stay up for a little bit longer because otherwise I'd just be awake in the night. So I went to bed at about 9. And, you know, of course, I'm getting up and going to the toilet. And then I did vomit at one point. And so, you know, kind of just dozing in and out of sleep. And I could hear that it was raining. And my cat had gotten, one of my cats, well, both of them, I think. But the other one did come back. He wanted to go back out. But I said no. My other cat, they'd both been scared by these dogs round in the back. And I hate it when that happens because mUCh's mum, she'll just disappear. She just disappears. She's such a scatty sort of cat sometimes. I mean, she's getting so kind of loving towards me. It's almost too intense, honestly. But particularly now, I like when I'm ill, she just wants to be, she's just like all over me kind of thing. It's like, yes, I know you're healing me, babe, but you know, like I need to go to the toilet again. And so, what was I saying? Yeah, and well, there was another thing I wanted to say, which was don't hold that shit back. And I mean, like, literally, girls, women out there, they don't talk about it, but rectal cancer is one of the number one killers for women, okay? And we all know why, because for whatever reason, we're the ones that have been suppressed into burps, farts, and shits, basically. And so we're not allowed to do it. It's like, what are we thinking, right? Well, I definitely stopped that when I started detoxing. I just thought, you know what, you know, I've got to get these toxins out and they're meant to come down through my bowels, so I'm just going to do it, right? And I haven't looked back since. I don't care where I go and who hears it, really. But I mean, it was a bit embarrassing the other day in front of my son and his mates. Sometimes I don't know why they keep that door open when I'm going to the toilet. I wish they would just, do you know what I mean? And it was like the first diarrhea that came out. So I wasn't expecting it. God, guys. Anyway, look, I did want to actually come on here to talk to you a little bit more about this idea. Oh, I'm thirsty. Hang on. Oh, I've got to keep up the waters, guys. I really, really have. Ow. And I've got, I mean, I have had some colloidal silver. I've got a silver spoon in here. Haven't even been able to drink, really. Today's the first day. I just haven't really even felt like drinking, honestly. Anyway, there's a bit of salt in there as well for the electrolytes. And it can go on for a week, this particular one. And actually, you're not even meant to feel it. That's why I feel worse today. I mean, I felt it not immediately, but the next day, I don't feel too well. They say it can come on between 2 and 5 days after you've had, you know, it's uncooked chicken, really. It's the bacteria. And so, okay, so guys, here's another one for you. Bacteria grows, okay, on things that are not cooked properly, chicken being number one. And this is, it's so upsetting about the chicken broth, really, because it is either the most beautiful, health-sustaining, youth-sustaining, and, you know, sort of power food, chicken broth, okay, hunger-sustaining, you know, it just makes you feel satiated. It really, really does. Or it can kill you, okay? It's so weird. Can kill you if you have those, you know, what was it called? I was sort of doing some research into what it was, and it is called Campylobacter. Campylobacter. This particular, probably this. It's not E. coli. I thought it was at first, but E. coli really is deadly, and is actually very infectious. And I've been around loads of people, so not loads, but a few people. On the daily, so they're fine, and they've actually had some of that chicken broth. It's not that the chicken broth is bad, it's that you have to keep it boiled, and I mean, and then you have to drink it from boiled. I had made that chicken broth and I turned it, oh, I'm such an idiot. I mean, I can't believe I did it. I turned it off for several hours, and then I was thinking, oh, I'm just going to fast for the rest of the day. I think I'll just have some of this chicken broth. And so instead of actually cooking it again, which is what you should do. And I mean, if you're just putting it in something, then of course it's gonna boil, get to boiling point, and then simmer for potentially hours if you're really thickening a sauce. It's gonna kill all the bacteria. So yes, once again, guys, there are bacteria. And you know, the one thing that I am noticing, probably, I don't know about all of them, but some of them, I feel certain, these guys that say there's no such thing as bacteria, they've never had children. Because I can tell you for right now that when a child who is perfectly healthy gets food poisoning from bacteria, and my son had it many years ago, I heard on the radio, it was so weird, I heard on the radio that there was an E. coli on lettuce in Greg's sandwiches. And and he came back not feeling well from college, sort of thing. And this was when he was at college, you know, in the city, kind of thing. And so they just go out, you know, get their lunch every day, like somewhere different. And so he'd said to me he'd had a sandwich from Greg's with lettuce in it. And oh no, I heard that there was E. coli on the lettuce. It was a lettuce in the sandwich. He was like, yeah, and he loves lettuce. I mean, I never used to like lettuce and tomatoes. They were number one foods I really didn't like as a child. And then when I became vegan, even as a vegetarian, I didn't really eat them. Then when I became vegan, I thought, God, I've got to eat something. So then I really absolutely started loving tomatoes and lettuce, both really. But I don't really like a sandwich with lettuce in it. He does. And anyway, sorry guys. I haven't even got my other story out yet, guys. I need to keep this under 40 at least. Anyway, and oh my God, guys, that was the second time it happened to him. Once when he was very young, this time when he was a little bit older, probably 10 years later, yeah, for 15. Projectile vomiting, guys, and I mean like literally, and I mean like seriously, it was nothing I've ever seen in my life before. So please don't tell me that is as a result of, you know, just eating something like, you know, crisps or something that's unhealthy for you, kind of thing, and creating a bad environment, kind of thing. No, it isn't, guys. It is that there are pathogens out there. There really are, guys. There are microorganisms, okay? And I mean, I didn't watch them because I thought I actually don't want to know, but I know that cooks and chefs do know it, because at the hotel where I used to run retreats, I did ask them, would they be willing if we could just they could take on the juices and the broths sort of aspect of it, and, you know, we could just give them, you know, we pay them for that part, sort of thing. And they were kind of interested in sort of doing the juices and stuff, but the chef said no way to giving out broth. He just said no way. It can be deadly, guys. It can be deadly, right? And I'm pretty sure I'm not going to die, okay, because I'm a very healthy person, right? But I felt like it, honestly, and I felt kind of it was interesting, actually. It was a real sort of feeling last night in particular of how my mum must have felt sort of in her final days, you know, when your bowel's just running. You've got literally no energy because I haven't eaten anything, guys, for about 2 days, and it's not like fasting. Because, you know, it really is just, everything's just coming straight through. The last thing I had food-wise was a turmeric latte yesterday morning kind of thing. And then before that, I think I'd had that, so it was Thursday, Wednesday. I think I had a burger at lunchtime with a little bit of veg. Anyway, and then before that, the Tuesday, I had fasted, remember? I fasted. I'd had my eggs, that was it, eggs and a burger. But on the Tuesday, I had fasted. So there was hardly anything in my stomach, guys. And so then, that's why I've been having a little bit of cramping and stuff. Anyway, guys, what I wanted to talk to you about was, you know, a little bit more kind of about disease. I mean, crikey. Wasn't I? You know, because I also, you know, I think maybe some of you picked up on it, and I was like, don't worry about me, because I didn't actually want to worry about it. But so on several videos ago, I started talking a little bit about, I think we are picking up the shed, and it is making headway in our bodies, okay? And I'll tell you for why. In the summer this year, okay, guys, I just was scratching my back or something, and I found a little, what I thought was a scab. And I tried picking it off. I couldn't pick it off. I thought, okay, well, I'll just leave it for a bit. And I kept sort of through the summer, I was aware of it. Didn't seem to be growing particularly, but I was aware of it. Now, I also, so talking about viruses, guys, I also have what they call, but who knows? I mean, I do believe sort of slightly in viruses. I mean, they talk about the, you know, the sort of, is it the liver virus? I can't remember what it's called now. But anyway, the medical medium always goes on about, I mean, I don't think it's that rife, but maybe it is in America, I don't know. Anyway, because I don't trust anything that guy says, not one iota, honestly, never have. And that's why people worry me. But I think most people were beginning to realise with him, because he used to have millions of views, and the last time I watched him, which was years ago, he was down to about 15,000 kind of thing. So I think people did finally realise what the fuck are you talking about? Like, you just don't know, and you've got no credentials. Zero, apart from the fact that he thinks that I don't think he is, honestly. I think he's corrupted. Anyway, he probably took on the spirit of success, guys. Anyway. So I also have a thing, I have the HPV virus, okay? So I have a tendency towards warts. Like, I've got one on my eye here, okay? And I'm not doing anything with that. I mean, I might try and do what I did with this other one, but... and I get them on my hands more than anything. So I thought, okay, so it felt a little bit like a wart. It had a wart, but I kept trying to pick it off, It just wouldn't pick off. And then I forgot about it. So that was through the summer. And then not that long ago, must have been in October, I got bitten by something on my back, like almost exactly where that was, which I thought was interesting, because I think it was just like the universe bringing my attention back to it, okay, because I'd forgotten about it. And so that was very itchy then. Something just kind of flew kind of up my shirt and bit me, and then and I don't know what it was. It may have been, could have even been a bee or I don't think it was a wasp, but anyway, I don't know what it was. It was like a sting. And so it got a little lump, you know, and it got a bit itchy then. And so I became acutely aware then of this little kind of, you know, wart or whatever. It's like a growth, okay? And I could sense that it was really rooted in. It was rooted in, guys, okay? I could just tell, you know, because it just wasn't, I couldn't scratch it off at all. And so I thought, you know, I'm actually going to kind of do a similar protocol that I do with warts, that I'd heard about warts, okay? So when you get a wart, I mean, and it can take ages, guys, doing this, you know, next time I'll do the protocol I actually did with my back in the end, and I'll tell you about it in a minute. But you're supposed to keep picking them and scratching them, and get the blood flow to them, okay, because they are cutting off, kind of thing. They're cutting off from the blood supply, and particularly if it's a cancerous growth, okay. Cancer cannot live in a really well hydrated and oxygenated environment, okay. And so, but there are recesses, okay, of our bodies where it's very, very difficult because they're so stagnant, okay, to actually get the oxygen, okay, and the flow into. That's why, we actually need to get in there. And ideally, maybe we've got a partner who can as well help us to get into those little nooks and crannies kind of thing. Because not everybody can afford a healer. And honestly, you need a healer more than just, you need someone to touch your body, or you touch it yourself, okay, that's what I've been doing, more than just once a week. And that would be somebody who has a good amount of money that they could afford a treatment every single freaking week, right? And anyway, so I then started sort of scratching it and just bringing some attention to it. And then I started to actually bind the root. Okay, I just started to bind the root. I then remembered about aged urine. Okay, and I have some aged urine. I don't have a lot. It's like liquid gold. Okay, it's so healing, right? And yeah, helped me no end last night. Up the fucking jacksie, guys. Okay. And I'm really in my rawness today, guys. So I started then just putting every day, twice a day, I would just rub some aged urine into it. Okay. Now, at first, I used that for about 3 or 4 days, and immediately it just kind of shrunk and got very hard, because it was, if anybody's had a wart, that's more than just a skin tag, okay, it has like a bumpy surface to it, and it had sort of squashed sort of thing, and so it was still a bit bumpy, but it was very, very dry. It had really dried it out and was really, and so I tried to still scratch off, but I couldn't. Okay, I then heard about, there's so much coming out about castor oil now, guys. It's so good for you, and I'm finding like new ways to use it as well. And it said something about, I can't remember exactly, I think, well, castor oil draws things out, basically. It draws things out, okay? And so I thought, I'm just going to use a bit of castor oil as well. So then I did 3 or 4 days aged urine. I then did 3 or 4 days castor oil. And what the castor oil did was expand it, actually, and make it soft, and it got bigger. And then I started thinking, oh God, oh shit, now it's growing, now it's getting bigger. And, as a massage therapist, we're told you shouldn't massage cancer. Well, in my own work, I have found actually do. Okay, if you're doing self-massage, which is part of my protocol, okay, and you find a little lump or bump, then massage it. You just need to bring the blood flow there, guys. It's just stagnation, okay? It doesn't need to be attacked by radiation and chemotherapy, okay, unless it's really, well, never, okay, that never needs to happen, right? But you can't obviously massage, your womb, for instance. So if it's in the ovaries or if it's in the cervix or whatever, okay, you can't massage that. So that's when you need to be living in a preventative way, really, okay, is what you need to be doing, okay? But the best thing you could do if it was internalized, it would be to have black oil, to have cannabis oil, okay? Because it is the medicine, guys, right? And I just won't have it demonized any longer. I really, really won't. It's, it really does sicken me. It sickens me the way people have been so poisoned that they actually think it's a gateway drug. No, it fucking well isn't. If the person is so poisoned, okay, that they take marijuana and they think they need something else, well, you don't need anything else. Stop being so fucking... it's the person. They're corrupted, okay? And there's something wrong with them. I mean, there just is, right? And it's that they're poisoned, okay? And so they need to stop poisoning themselves. And the beauty is that we can actually use the medicine to clean up, okay, as well as to give that person a satiation of, you know, of a I always forget what it's called, but you know, the reason we take drugs in the first place is so that we have and alcohol, guys, and alcohol, okay, which is the number one killer, right? So please don't demonize medication, like plant-based medication, okay, guys, if you drink alcohol, because you just disgust me if you do. Honestly, it is demonic. It is the demon itself, okay? And that's why people, you know, they're so broken when they drink that they're you know, they're, what do you call it, you know, auric field, nervous system. I mean, God, if you can't feel an entity coming inside you, right, it's because you're broken, right? Your nervous system is broken, okay? And all you have to do in that case, guys, like, you know, I told you I've had a lot of experience with demonic entities and things like that. And all you have to do, guys, is just tell them to fuck off. Fuck right off, you dick. Get away from me. How dare you come into my space? How dare you even latch on, you know, and then bind them, okay? Bind them back into the light, kind of thing. So easy, guys, so easy. Easy when you know how. Anyway, so then it kind of grew. Oh, God. So then I got the aged urine out again, okay, guys? And I did 3 or 4 days with aged urine. And it crispied it up again, guys. And then I was just scratching it one day and it came off. It literally came off. So, well, 9 days really, guys. I was going to say 10 days, but I'm going to say 9 days, okay? It took me 9, because that's my number, guys. It took me 9 days to heal that shiz. And it could well have been melanoma. I don't know, okay? But what we've heard about the spike protein is that it creates very fast, aggressive cancers, okay? And that's what I'm saying to you guys now. So if you don't know anybody and you haven't been at work, you haven't been socializing, you haven't been down the pub, you haven't been around your family, you haven't, you know, you don't work with other people, you wear a mask, you know, you avoid breathing in other people's air, which means you're just really not in a room with anyone who's ever been vaccinated. Okay, guys? So if that's you, great. Okay. How the hell you've managed to do it, I don't know. But well done. You're probably free from the shed. Okay. But if that isn't you, and you do work, and you do go down the pub, and you do hang out with your family, and you do have friends and family who are vaccinated, and you do just walk in the park, and you do stop and chat to anybody when you're on a dog walk, and you do, have children who are around other children who are either vaccinated or around adults who are vaccinated. Okay, guys. Because the thing about medication, the thing about chemicals, right, is that you can pick them up in a forensic test, okay? And so if we were to actually put down the forensics that you need in order to spot it, right, you would find, okay, that drug is everywhere. It's all over the place because you've touched it. It's all over your body. It's all over your clothes. You're sitting on soft furnishings, okay? You're breathing into the air and it's landing on things, okay? So I suggest, right, I mean, I'm hoping anyway, if you're a watcher of my channel, particularly the 24, okay, particularly the 24, if you're a watcher of my channel, right, then you should have gotten yourself onto a health protocol by now. Okay, I know I go around about the houses, okay? And that's just to be interesting because I just find everybody so fucking boring, right? I just can't watch health information apart from just give it to me in a nutshell. What do I need, right? And I'll go to that bit and then I just think, oh, go away. You're so boring. Like everything, it's just too much information. It's just like, you know, and and I am actually in a position, I'm in a place, I've told you guys, I've told you right from the very beginning of my channel, okay, that where I don't have a lot of people that I can just offload to, you know. I mean, I do, and I talk to, you know, I talk to everyone like this, really, but you know, you know, people do get fed up with it after a while, and I get fed up with them, honestly, because I can't stand the fakery and the trickery, and I just think, stop fucking fake, stop pretending to be so goddamn, you know, whatever, nice and sweet and kind and this and that, when actually what's happening behind closed doors is screaming and belittling and projecting and bitching. I mean, even best friend. I mean, it horrifies me. Honestly, it horrifies me. People who are best, you know, sort of like it's meant to be best friends. I don't want to be around. It makes me not want to be around people. Honestly, very happy with my very, very small network, and I don't want more than that, because you just get pulled in all directions, honestly, and you spread yourself too thin, and then you have nothing left for yourself, you have nothing left for your family, you have nothing left, honestly, and that's why you're just so empty. And you know, and so you have, you know, and that's how I'm feeling right now, guys. Okay, that's how I'm feeling. Luckily for me, just before, and I can't believe how good I'm feeling right now, guys, because literally I mean, I did take my dog just for a very slow walk, because I think I told you I bashed my toe as well, most slightly broken it. It happened to me last year. And no, it's starting to come back now, so I'm going to have another hit. But anyway, guys, please look after yourselves, honestly. You know I try and make it funny and all the rest of it, but this is no fun, honestly. And this is what I mean by dying with ease. It's like, if this is the last sort of, you know, I mean, my mum died more or less with ease, because she's a beautiful woman, you know, and just full of God, honestly. She was just full of the Holy Spirit, and just loved everyone. It was just incredible. Anyway, I'm just about to do a Jordan Peterson. I think he copied me. But, and yeah, I'm not even going to bother with that one. But okay, right, I'm going to go now, guys. I've overdone it. I've overspoken, and I think my son's going to be home soon, so he can make me some rice. So I've been recommended just to eat a little bit of plain boiled rice a few times a day, you know, little and often kind of thing, and some electrolytes in the water with salt. I mean, I don't have proper electrolytes at the moment, and I might even try and see if I can get this wart off. So it may have been a wart. It was probably not malignant. I'm thinking it was probably not malignant, but I was aware that it was rooted in. It was rooted in like a wart kind of thing. And I felt it could have become malignant. So, oh yeah, and right at the very beginning of this, and this is one of the things you can do anyway, guys, you can do a urine rub. So right at the very beginning, the first 3 days when I was doing the urine, I was also doing a rub with aged urine. Okay, I'm probably going to take my urine from this new moon and save it. As I find with a full moon you get more urine, with a new moon you get less urine, kind of thing, but that's going to be pure gold, okay, because it's just going to have all the essence of everything that I've just been through with this, you know, everything that's going on. So anyway, gotta go, guys, gotta go. Although I do get up to, as long as I keep to 59 seconds, I do actually get 40th minute.